Hey guys, welcome back. This is Lucid. We are jumping back into our game with middle-aged Atlantis. It is turn 36. And if you recall, we had entered a very ballsy move last turn, where we were moving our Pretender and army onto Pelagia's capital, which, amongst other reasons for concern, it was Dominion Strength 7. And so, yeah, our Pretender... He's going to come in with all his HP. You can see he has a lot because he came from a province with kind of neutral dominion. Or even my dominion. But his current maximum HP is 73. So that means he won't regen until he gets down to it, which is actually not that big of a deal if it were... It depends what he's bringing, but if we get to the point where we're relying on regen, it's going to be bad news bears. On his side, he has a fair amount of PD. He has some knights, which look like they're in a flanking formation, combined with Shark Tribe. Now, it's possible that we kill the Shark Tribe and it causes the knights to rout. We've got a Mage Corps with 3, 5, 6, 8, 9, 11... 12 gems, so nothing like what it had had before, and it looks like most of the gems are now water. One second, I gotta put my headset on. Okay, the game sounds were probably really loud right then, so we'll hopefully have it pretty normal right now. So we've got the Stormcast. The Soul Slay came out, so that's what some of those astral things were for, but you can see it missed my Pretender. My Pretender's only at 18 MR. It does have the magic bonus, so it would be even lower if it... Yeah, it's a little risky. Where's the Soul Slay? Oh, the Soul Slay's coming out here. So it's looking like we're passing the MR checks. I think we can actually see. I want to see how close we got. I guess it's not showing it. Okay. Yeah, you can see this is the Soul Slay animation, so... It's a little weird he's still casting Soul Slay. I mean, oh, did he do Power of the Spheres? Yeah, I think he did. Yeah, the Dominion penalty we get... Oh, did I already click? Okay, this guy's 3. That guy's 3. This guy's 3. So he's got 3 Soul Slayers, so that's actually kind of a lot. And a ton of chaff. Okay. I guess it's not going to show anything about Soul Slay unless it takes effect. Let's see if I can pause it right when a Soul Slay goes off. Okay, his guys seem to have resorted to casting different stuff. Or they're fatigued out. Okay, they're fatigued out. Oh, that guy is. Yeah, they're fatigued out a little bit too, so... We are killing all the shrimps. Okay, they've switched to Paralyze, which is lower fatigue. So a lot of times once they go off script, they prefer Paralyze since it's a significant amount less fatigue. But we've got a Soul Slay coming out. And it's really hard to stop it. Okay, you can see Shark Attack finally kind of kicking in. Oh, we kind of didn't cover this part of the battle. So the Knights have come back here, and they are flanking me. And this Coral Queen is in some shit. Because there's a bunch of really killy knights, or not super killy, but pretty killy knights right next to it. They did not get blessed, interestingly enough, which just goes to show, like, they're just murdering all the people I had on Guard Commander. Which just goes to show how good they are even without a bless. Okay, we lost one queen. Okay, but we're getting those knights. Okay, smite. Even our little mages up front lived, which I wasn't really expecting. Will his mages make it off? Let's see how much fatigue they have. 1 or 2, it looks like they will. I'm gonna wake up just in time. There's a big octopus coming for you, you better swim. It's like the... I need the theme song from Jaws here. Dun-it, 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 dun-it. Anyway. So we won, which is really good. This means he can't recruit more knights. We only killed one of the Pearl Mages. We lost a fair amount of our stuff, but not that much. And we did lose a Coral Queen, which sucks, but, you know, they're replaceable. So, in total, we lost... this is like 200 gold. This is like 150. So we're like 350, and then one of these is like 300 gold. So we're at like 650 in losses. But we killed 200, and then these guys are like, what, 400 worth of gold right here. And then this is another 100. So we killed about an equal amount of gold. Like, it was a gold for gold trade in terms of stuff, but we also killed all of his PD. And so that counts for a lot. So he's not going to have the money to put PD back up, which means even if somehow he kicks me off his cap, it's going to be really easy for me to just constantly raid him. Okay, we got a Heart of Life. We got some Unrest, and we got a Ring of Water Breathing plus some gold. So that's pretty nice. Okay, we searched for magic sites. We found a giant anemone, too. Just down here. So our nature income is through the roof. 9, really good. Water income, 21. That is really, really high. It's going to be even higher. I mean, there must be at least 8 more water gems back here. We're going to be close to 30 water gems a turn. And guys, I know what to do with it. I've got big ideas on what to do with water gems. So we'll see what happens. But I haven't finished playing this turn, so I've done most of the stuff. So we'll play it out together. Okay, so let's take a look. So I thought there was a Pelagian force here, and I believe that it has remained here. But I think he has continued raiding, which is very surprising. Either he thought I wouldn't commit to attack, or that if I attacked, I'm not going to take it very quickly. Which is fine, I guess. So, I kind of wanted to have this guy go raid and take this island, because right now Ryla can't even use it. It's not connected to any of his shit. So just wasted income. So I kind of wanted to do that, but I do care more about getting 14 siege strength on top of on top of Pelagia's cap. So we're gonna go ahead and move this guy in. I also had recruited some indies here, so I've loaded them up, and we're gonna move them in also. On top of this, we still have to organize. Like, this is just a jumbled mess, so we'll do that together. We gotta organize the scripting for this. We are going to raid this with one of our little thugs, right? So he's going to do Summon Earth Power, Iron Skin, Tempered Flesh, Quicken Self, Ice Shield, Attack. Now, we might be overdoing it. Because, okay, now our encumbrance is pretty low. And we've got built-in Reinvig, so we're going to be at 6. So I think that's actually okay to do like a full script. We also have, I think, a main Gauche of parrying on him, so his defense is going to be pretty good. Yeah. If I were really conservative, I could send one of the water guys with him. I mean, one of the astral guys, and they could buff him up. I kind of don't want to do that, just because... Well, maybe I should. No, because they'll probably die. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I can't... If I had Iron Warriors, I would probably do it, but there's a good chance they'll die, so I would rather just send him in alone and kind of wish him luck. The problem with this... So, okay, when you're looking at what makes for a good thug, this is not a good thug. The thing that makes for a good thug is you need some way to either A, kill things quick... Okay, first thing you need to do is survive enemy attacks, which we'll actually be pretty good on, right? We're going to have pretty high defense. I mean, we'll have a little, kind of okay defense to deal with initial attacks. We have... we're going to have pretty good protection. It's going to be, like... Basically, it's going to be 20. Which is not super high, but it's high, kind of high. Then we have Temper Flesh to deal, cut in half the damage that comes out over the top. And then we have Ice Shield to cut into half, again, the damage on top of that. So we're not going to take much damage, but we'll take some. The problem with this build is we don't have a way to either fear them off, like to cause them to run, or to kill them quickly. We're just going to be basically punching them, which is pretty dangerous. But if there's not much PD, it's not going to matter, and I think that's probably what he's doing. So I don't know. We're gonna risk it. Sometimes you've got to risk it, guys, to get the biscuit. And that's what we're gonna do. We're moving everybody on top. Now the amount of siege strength we currently have is 92. We've got a big pile of dudes here. These guys weren't adding to it. So we have 92 siege strength. Because if we look here, because they killed that one priest, it actually made it so we didn't really... We were not very successful, let me say. Actually, yeah. I think he has to kind of... Not totally sure what to do. On one hand, I want to use him to raid this way, but he has to be able to get back this way. So I think that's kind of a non-option. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Because if his army's here... Wait, let me pause, because Relay sent me some intel. Okay, so... Yeah. Indeed, his big stack is sitting right here. Did not go and try to cap Relay, because apparently he had been threatening that if Relay interfered and, like, took any of his provinces back that he had taken from Relay... while he dealt with me, then he was just going to take his army and march on his cap. Which is not a bad threat, because that would potentially get Relay to leave him alone so he could more fully 1v1 me, which would be good for him. Probably not as good for Relay. Relay probably wants me to win, but to win at some cost. So for Relay, the best case scenario is, like, I kill Pelagia, but just barely. I mean, the best case would have been that we both fight and kill Pelagia, and he gets a lot of the stuff, but he lost a lot of his battles. So, it's possible, you know, like, he'll probably still get these two. But anyway, we'll see. But yeah, so if his big army's here, worst case for me is he comes here, and then he slams into my PD. With all his knights. I've got this guy who I've kitted with a Frostbrand, Coral Sword, so he'll be pretty high. It'll be 35 HP. Well, it's not going to survive water elementals, but it might be able... He'll basically be immune to knights. His base protection is going to be... so right now, let's call it 18. When we cast Legions of Steel, it's basically going to go up 6. So it's going to go up to... what is it? To 24. And then when we cast Iron Skin, it's going to go up another 10, almost, like 9. So it'll be 33 base protection. That should be enough to basically block almost all the knight damage. Especially when we have Temper Flesh and Ice Shield on top of that. We've got Boots of the Messenger to deal with fatigue. But if there's anything else kind of spicy, you know, we're going to be in trouble. And if I move my Pretender out, like let's say I move my Pretender up here to raid and take this, I don't have a ton of options. I'm kind of in enemy dominion. Yeah. Yeah, I think the more I think about it, the more I think the conservative move, which I think when you're winning is probably a better thing to do a lot of times. Like, I do want to take this, but I think I risk too much. Like, the only way I lose this is if Pelagia is able to get an army through and crush me. So I don't really want that to be on the table, if you know what I mean. So I think that's the play. I think we just sneak back over this way. We don't want to get soul slayed. Let's be nice and careful. Move most of our army up this way. This Shambler, we need to load him up, and we're going to bring in some more guys. We're getting more Indies here. We're going to pile up and put on top of this fort. And I kind of need more water gems. So we'll bring in some more. I'm going to turn off all of my gem usage on this army, because he does not have anything which can come out and kill me. I don't think. And if he does not, then I don't want to waste gems. Like, a few mages coming out, I don't think it's going to do shit. So we'll adjust our script here in a minute, but we want to get gems out because I don't want to send normal troops inside, really, to storm relay. He's going to clog up the little gate entrance with shit, and what I really want to do is like body ethereal a bunch of water elementals and send them in. The other thing, and this is kind of my secret weapon at this point, is we have 2 monster fish, which I think we'll put actually as part of this group. And these guys are sick. Hard to use them because they're undisciplined. But they're pretty quick moving, and fortunately for us, I have tested a strategy to use. The problem with is they're not that great unless you buff them. They have a really special attack, and they have a lot of HP. And that's where their specialness kind of ends. They have fear too, which is kind of nice, but that's not why we're getting them. They're too expensive for just to be like a little fear token. So what we are going to do with them, and actually we can probably go ahead and do it. I'll just show you. We are going to make a fish tank. Trademark, by the way. So it's going to be like this. And that's fine. He can know what's coming. It's not going to save him. I don't know if we've got an alt. No, we're not going to get enchantment 4 for a while, so we can't do anti-magic. So it's possible, okay, very possible he can soul slay these guys. Shit. These guys are going to be soul slay magnets, too. Don't you hate that? Don't you just hate it? I thought they had higher MR than this. Well, okay. Soul Slay can also miss if you put them at the very back. So we'll do something like this. These are going to be the little aquarium keepers, and they're going to fluff up our dudes. These guys are going to... Actually, I think we're just going to put these guys in a nice little line in the middle. You guys are going to be right here. And these are going to be the little walls for our fish tank. I think this is fine. There's no knights or anything to come out and kill me, so he doesn't really have much offensive potential here. Okay, so the idea behind the fish tank is these guys are undisciplined, so they will just run forward and die, but if we do a line in front of them, they won't be able to get through it, and if we do sides, they can't run around. So they'll sit in here in the middle, and meanwhile we can put all the buffs on them we want. Which... okay, so here's how we're going to do it. There's only 2 of them, so we don't really have that many buffs to get down, but we're going to be kind of double sure here. Like, we're going to do Body Ethereal a couple times. This guy, actually, I think we're going to turn into a Strength of Giants monkey, which is not going to be important for them, but it'll be important for other people. You are going to be a Body Ethereal monkey. Actually, I don't really even mind if all they do is just cast it. Body Ethereal is so good, so they're just going to cast it all over the place, and that's going to be fine. But some of you guys, I don't know, I don't think I want to do Shark Attack. There's no real reason we're going to need Shark Attack. So I think instead, we're just going to spam out Quickness on everybody and their mother. And that's basically going to be the same for you. Quickness for everybody. Maybe like that. That should work. Because that way they'll do Body Ethereal on some of this front line too. Okay, and then we have someone... There's not really anything inside. I think we're going to get rid of this Shark Attack too. I think we're literally just... I don't even care about fatigue reduction, I just want quickness on all my guys. Okay, whatever these guys are doing is fine. They have Divine Blessing, good. Okay, now... If these guys get Soul Slate, I'm gonna be sad. And there's a good chance that's what he's gonna pop out and do. How much siege strength do these guys add? 6, so I have to go up 12. I don't want to have him camp out on top and get Soul Slate, because he's probably just gonna stick his little head out, Soul Slate, and retreat, or some dumb shit like that. And I don't want to put my guys at the very front of the formation, because if they're at the very front, then they're going to be... There's no chance that Soul Slate's going to miss. And Soul Slate normally hits, but at the very back it can miss. Okay. I mean, 12 MR is really low. I really need anti-magic. Do we pause this and get... I think we pause this and we get anti-magic is I think what we have to do. Alt 5 and then evocation. So I think we're going to pause. We're going to get enchantment 4. Then we're going to go finish construction. And then we're going to get Alt 5. And then we're going to get evocation. We're going to get evocation probably all the way up to 8 where we can control Maelstrom. Evocation's going to be good for us too, because it's going to give us Falling Frost and Murdering Winter, which will allow us to just be pretty predatory against some of the certain types of land nations. Like this will make fighting TNG a breeze. Well, not a breeze, but something we can manage. It seems that TNG has taken Cold Scales too, which is to our benefit. Little does he know. Okay, so the plan then is this. I think we're going to go ahead. We need to get our god in our dominion. So he refills. So that's one of the reasons for sneaking him up here, is this will fill him back up on HP. if I have to move him in like at the last minute, like if Pelagia moved his army down here, it would be risky because he could, like if his first set of lance charges does a lot of damage, we could be in real trouble. Because we only have 80 HP. Right, so here we will regen up to like 300 something. But, you know, it's not going to happen super fast. We've got this guy too, which he probably can come in here and just join in the did I even have him selected? Okay. It's this guy. So I think he'll do summon Earth Power, and then we'll have him spam out, I think. All these guys have armor, so maybe we do some Legions of Steel to help out a little bit too. It's not gonna help a lot, because they don't have great armor. Like, these guys have head and hat, but like these guys, they don't have a hat. Still, you know, it's better than nothing. And we're committing a lot of mage turns, but I think that's okay. Okay. So here, we're gonna have a thug that can come take this, which will be nice. We're gonna have our pretender who can defend. We're gonna be able to pull one of these guys out because we'll use them as a fluffer for my pretender. If we need to defend here for like an important last stand. And we're moving in a ton of guys to start breaking down these forts. We're getting more indies here, and we're bringing dudes to carry them. We're bringing in more gems. We're making a detour for anti-magic, so we'll bring in some more anti-magic stuff. It would just be nice, but not necessary to win, I don't think. It's gonna just... Hopefully it'll keep us from losing these monster fish, is really what I hope. Though honestly, 16 MR is not enough, even close to enough to protect you from Magic Duel. I mean from, what do you call it? Soul Slay. Okay, so we're gonna move him here. We're kind of continuing on doing our site searching. Pangea seems to have kind of made some peace with... Oh shit. I don't know if this was a big battle, but let's go sit on top of this fort and see what happens. I don't know if he... Ooh, I don't know what happened here, but this looks like a pretty scary stack. Yeah, we'll have to see. Honestly, this, if I eat Pelagia, it makes sense to eat this area, and if I eat this area, then if I have this and all my land, I can eat Yis. And if I have Yis, then there's a good chance I win the game. Because fighting an underwater nation this big, like with this much control of space, especially with recruit anywhere shit, oof, scary. Even if they're not a super duper, you know, explicitly strong nation like Atlantis is. Once you get to a certain size, it's hard. And we do have good magic gem income, which we can leverage. We can leverage very well. Okay, so now we need to do stuff with these guys. I want to have another kit worth of thug stuff. So we're going to go ahead and make that. To do the thug stuff, we're going to need... Let's get guys with no experience stars. We're going to need another coral blade. We're going to need... I think we'll use another one of these. We need some fire resistance if we're going to be fighting Yis. So we're going to start planning on that, and we're going to make a fire plate. The Frostbrands are probably still good. They will probably murder his knights. Which, speaking of which, that will be another one of our items we're going to make. Okay, so we're going to have a Frostbrand, a Coral Blade, we're going to have the Fire Plate, we're going to need a Ring of Regeneration to deal with the chip damage, and we're going to need a Braces of Protection. We're also making a Dwarven Hammer here. We've given this guy I think last turn he forged Boots of Earth, and this turn he's got a hammer. He's making another Dwarven Hammer. We've got an okay Earth Income, 7. It's not phenomenal, but it's good. And with it, we can definitely thug out our guys. So that, I mean, we're in good shape there, basically. There's still a lot of stuff we can do, like site search this probably. And this is my first turn since I kind of noticed that we have researched Evocation 3. So it does also open up Arcane Probing. So I think that's the other thing we have to do, is any site which does not have any Astral, we are going to go ahead and do Arcane Probing. Okay, that is mine enough. I don't want to do these lands, which I may not keep. Okay. I think we're actually going to do this manually. Sorry. If I just... I need to know where they are, and like if I actually click on it, I'm going to remember way better. So we're going to do it here on this one. None of these have it. We're going to site search all of these. We're going to site search here, which I know doesn't have it. High Ocean. Now we're going to do Lake Purple. And now we're going to do this one. Okay. Problem is, it'll auto-select things that don't have any site searching, but I think, okay, these are site searched high enough, it's not going to be worth it. These are site searched pretty high. Okay, this one needs to be site searched. Okay, so really just this one up here. And you know, this was his place, and he probably he had Astral Matrix. He's definitely site searched it, so it's a low priority. This one was contested, but he did do a big site searching push. Probably a site search, but maybe not. We'll go ahead and cast it there. This one's probably a waste, but we'll see. This one is a swamp. Swamps just have higher chance of magic sites. Usually they're not like particularly rich for Astral, but we'll go ahead and do that. Did we get this? And this was formerly Bandar Log's land, so there's a good chance he site searched Astral, but I think we're going to go ahead and site search here just in case. This one we site searched with a... well... Actually, I think this last one, I think we're going to cancel. 115? Yeah, I think we're just going to send this person in to look. We are going to get our second... Okay, somebody else. Where were you casting Dark Knowledge? At 108? Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Let's go ahead and see what's here. I may fight for this if... I don't know. Well, no. I mean, I'm not going to fight it with... TNG and I came to an agreement, so I'll stand by that. So I may fight over this, but I'll fight for it after I decide I really want to award TNG, not for this. So if I give this to TNG soon, I'm not going to waste turns site searching for him. Okay, we're site searching here. We're moving this guy here to site search. Okay. Did we get rid of it? No, he's still casting this at 108, which is... God, my memory's freaking horrible. Right here. Okay. Now we're just going to make sure we're recruiting everywhere. Some of these are not up to 8 Dominion, which is going to be a priority, getting all my little candles at 8 Dominion. We're going to move here. We're making... Okay, we're making another Coral Queen, so she can come here and kind of spread my dominion. We're also, honestly, we're going to need another Coral Queen to come down this way. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. I think we're going to make it here. She can walk out this way. This is already really high dominion, but we need one to kind of come down here. So here, we're fighting the Shark Tribe. I think this will work. I don't want to waste our fatigue. Okay, what's our trait? Heroic quickness. Yeah, we're already potentially going to have fatigue issues. I don't want to strengthen it by having more quickness. Like, you can stack quickness, and heroic quickness does not count as the quickness buff. Maybe we do it. This might be good if somehow we bump Yis. Which I don't expect, because I think all of Yis's stuff is on top of Pangea's cap. Problem is, if I have fatigue issues, then they can actually get through my what is going to be ridiculously high armor. But I think I'll kill these guys with my little AoE attack before that will really be a problem. Okay, so I think that's about it for this turn. We've kind of done it from I thought I had more done. I think I didn't save it fully, and then I had to redo part of it. Okay, we have a thug here. I do want to go on top of this island, and maybe that's going to be his job. He's got some bad morale issues, but maybe we can get past those. There's not much to kill. So I think we'll just give him our default little thug script. Put him here right on top of one of them. That'll be fine. Okay. So we've gotten rid of all of our... So the gem burning attacks aren't going to do shit, because we're not set up to cast gems. We're moving our Kraken up here to recharge his HP and to get ready in case Pelagia moves here, which... Honestly, okay, let's think about it. So Pelagia has a big army here. Maybe he's... I think he's doing this to kind of scare or spite Relay. But maybe what he needed was to win this battle, and if he won this, which wasn't an impossibility, you know, then he could send this army up here and attack Relay. But if he sent it up this turn and he lost, he might be able to get siege down in his cap before his army gets south. If that's his thought process, then he's definitely going to move south this turn. Like, the fact that he kept this big army here is kind of telling about what he's thinking. If he's thinking that hard, because at this point he's suffered enough defeats, it's going to be really hard for him to stay alive. But so far he's been playing really well. Or, yeah. He's just had to deal with my Kraken. But if he comes back down this way, yeah, we'll be in good shape. But that's probably why he didn't go up, is because he was waiting to see how this went. So this turn, we're going to have 92. So let's say we only knocked 10 off of it, because he hardly had any... Okay, we've got 92. We're moving in 14. Basically, everybody here is moving up. We're moving in 50. We're moving in like 70 more. So we'll be at like 160. It's still going to take us like 3 or 4 turns to get through this. I mean, if we really want to speed it up, we should get another round of these guys, too. And just take this guy and move him out. because we're gonna have enough people coming in here to buff up all our dudes. If they get our monster fish, it's gonna suck. But whatever. I mean, we can bring them... Maybe we just bring them in on a later trip. Because he's gonna stop doing the slow slay pop-outs if he doesn't get anything. So I think we do that. We'll bring him in on the next round, because I do want them for busting through the walls. Like, if I put him on a side thing on attack rear and I get him body ethereal... Or I can't do him attack rear, but they'll just run to the back. So I can make the fish tank on a side and they'll just run through the wall and kill everything. Like, that could be legit. You know, it's hard to do because they're undisciplined, but we can manage. So I think we're going to move this way, because this thug... I'm getting this guy out here so he can take these indies that I'm going to get and come back. Now, I could get an indie commander. Oh, I can still get an indie commander. Okay, you're going to hang tight. We'll have you wait. We'll have you siege. We'll get an indie commander. We're not going to be so cheap. Now, since we're getting rid of a lot of the fish tank shenanigans, like we're leaving these guys here, I think what we're going to do... We'll put these guys on a double line. We'll put these guys a little farther forward. And then everybody's going to be on hold and attack. These guys probably need to be in the middle, because their speed is going to cause them to get around the edges and die, and I don't really want that. Maybe we should put you on guard commander. I don't really want these guys fighting. Actually, I don't want these guys fighting either. You guys are officially siege chaff. Okay. So, I think this is what we're going to do, just mass... Okay, we've still got Swarm on this guy. Let's not do Moss Body. I think for this one... Could do Gift of the Hair. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to cast here. Oh, we have Protection. Protection's useful. Okay, we'll be spamming out Protection. It's not going to do a ton because our guys have pretty high base natural protection, but it won't do nothing. It'll do something. So mass buff everybody means we should take pretty low attrition. I hope. I mean, it's possible if he does enough water elemental spam, he could kick me off. The good thing about that is I don't think he will kill most of my mages. But I've got a lot of stuff coming in. It's going to be possible but hard for him to do that. Okay. And we've got... Okay, this guy moving here. He can move up and take this island. If Pelagia moves here, we're going to need 2 fluffers for my god, which will be fine. The other thing he might have done, and this would be hilarious, is his army could have, if he was just like totally bent on destroying Relay, he could have stopped a turn, built a lab, filled up on gems, because I'm noticing he didn't use water gems. So he could have built a lab here, put water gems on his guys, and then plunge into here at the next turn, which I'm actually kind of feeling more like. I feel like he made a threat to Relay that he's going to march on his cap if Relay takes his stuff, and I feel like he is going to want to execute on that. Which, you know, I mean, he's kicking himself out of the game, but it's pretty hilarious, and it's great for me. But again, you know, it's hard to know. But the fact he did not use any water gems in this fight, despite using mages, and this army paused the turn, means that's definitely an option. If that is the case, then I will probably raid this province as well, and this one, and this one. Like, we'll take all of these next turn. Like, this doesn't have any Dominion either, so it'll be really easy for my god to take. This has 1 Dominion candle, so we'll probably use a thug here. And then we have somebody that can take this, and then we can take this and take this. But yeah, that's the plan. On one hand, the other thing I thought about a while ago too, like a turn or two ago, was instead of going for Pelagia's cap first, was going for some of these forts, because they're way less fortification value. And when you have kind of shitty siege attack, or siege strength, 500 takes a long time to get through. We're gonna have to sit on this for a while, and sitting on top of forts is a bad thing, because they can have mages pop out and just cast shit. I mean, there's a bunch of bad shit that can just happen. You know, one thing we could do, we could put this guy who right now is on guard commander, we can have him just attack rear, and we can just put him. Right, you come back here. Just put him like right out there. And maybe this guy goes and gets a kill on a mage, which, you know, he'll go in the Hall of Fame. But if they're spamming stuff out, there's a good chance he'll just die. But that's okay. Well, we'll roll the dice. It's a little risky sending this guy in to take this PD, which I thought about. So far, Pelagia has not been doing much PD. I've been the one. I think it makes sense. He has much higher quality troops than me, so it makes sense that I'm the one that's doing kind of PD dumps. And PD dumps are not great. Like, this is so wasteful. But I think I needed it. If he had a big freaking scary army, and I think I would have killed it if he brought it in here. We've got another PD dump right above it. I'm just trying to catch his army so badly. Okay, and I think that's about it. We've got, what did we accomplish? We're doing mass arcane probing. We are making a bunch of gear for another thug. We have returned on, I think, most of our recruitment, though apparently we have a little bit more to do. Always good to go through what you've accomplished. So you realize you didn't do as much as you had intended. Let's make sure we have PD in all our little provinces. We do, except for Pelagia, which makes sense. So yeah, I think we've accomplished a good bit, and hopefully we are ready to take Pelagia's cap down, and we'll see what his army does if we have to fight it again. So thank you guys for watching. See you next time.